on the News Channel 5 network. This is Titans Talk.
Glad you're with us tonight on Titans Talk here on News Channel 5 Plus. I'm Jonathan Hutton. We're recapping a win tonight for the Titans, an overtime victory over the New Orleans Saints yesterday in the Big Easy, 34-28. A little bit later this hour, we'll welcome some of your phone calls. We'll also hear from interim head coach Mike Mularkey and take you inside the Titans locker room for reaction to the victory, including a one-on-one conversation I had yesterday with outside linebacker Derek Morgan. But first, the highlights. We'll start in the fourth quarter where early fourth quarter, Drew Brees hits Manawanui. He gets 1 yard in for the touchdown. Titans killing the Titans again, 28-20. So it's over, right? No, far from it. Marcus Mariota to Justin Hunter on a two-point conversion. It's tied at 28. Titans get the ball back. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. A 55-yard attempt from Ryan Suckup off the crossbar. Would have been good from 54. So Brees able to work the Saints down for a field goal, but it's actually Brian Arakpo who got his hand on it to block that chance. In overtime, goal to go. Mariota rolls. Anthony Fasano able to sneak out, and he is wide open. Ball game. The Tennessee Titans break their 6-game losing streak as they win it 34-28 in overtime. Mariota, by far his best game as a pro, 371 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks for the rookie. The interim head coach, Mike Mularkey, took the podium today to recap the victory and set up the upcoming week against the Carolina Panthers.
How's everybody?
Mike, first time I think in 13 games that this team hadn't allowed a sack. How much of that was the combination of Mariota getting the ball out faster and the changes on the line and keeping some tight ends a little bit more, or was it just everything all together?
It was a lot of that. The personnel changes obviously had a big factor with the O-line. Marcus coming back. You know, Marcus, everybody knows it. He has a quick release, and that has a lot to do with what happened yesterday and some of the games earlier in the year. Plus he also realizes, and we've told him, don't take them, don't take sacks, get rid of the ball. You know, hopefully throw it out of bounds farther. You know, I know that's what he's. But he's been told that we don't want to take him. We'll take a 2nd and 10 if we have to. And then scheme-wise, we quickened up some things and philosophically changed a couple things now that I got the chance to go in with the passing group than I have in the last year and a half. I've been more with the run group, and so changed a couple things there. And but it was a group of things that made a difference for us yesterday.
What did Myron Bell give you at right tackle that you needed there, I guess, and how did he do first game back there?
Well, he's an experienced player. He's played he's played left tackle, started at left tackle. He started at right. He started at guard. The experience there, understanding things that are going to happen to him. And again, Marcus helping him with getting rid of the ball. But he's big. We wanted to run the ball like we did, and he's good in the run game, road grader as we call him. But he performed well for us.
How hard was that overall, just with the number of changes he made in the offensive line? How difficult was that to transition into in just a few days time?
They really did a good job. I mean, I think the more they play, obviously, it's going to communication and just especially when you work together, guards and tackles on some of those double teams and area, the zone scheme. I think the more they're together, the better it's going to be. But I thought for being together for 3 days and then playing in a game in a pretty tough environment with noise, and for the most part, I thought they handled it very well.
Why was Looney the choice, given he's not been around very long? And
he's just had the experience. I mean, he's been around the league. He has a number of starts under his belt, and that was a lot to do with it. He's some of the third down things where we're tapping the center for the cadence, the snap count on the silence. That he's good with that. There was things that he just brought to the table more than anybody else, and that's why we made that change.
How did he grade out? How did Looney grade out?
They all graded good. They did. And again, it kind of a lot went into it. The scheme and running the football helped yesterday. But I think just the total way we wanted to attack them helped those guys out.
Were those fairly obvious moves in your mind, or would you say there was a lot of discussion that went into making those changes?
No, we knew we had to make some changes. You have to do something different, especially when we had 7 sacks the week before. We had to see if there was another lineup that would give us an advantage, and we felt like that was the best one. And as the week progressed, it proved to be.
Like you touched on it there on the Marcus throw, you need to put more on behind it on the throw to the interceptor. Was Delaney his target? He said he was trying to throw the ball out of bounds. What happened on that play?
The play is designed to go to Delaney.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about a primary receiver, it was Delaney, and he actually has thrown a pass like that to our right under pressure, and literally it dropped in Delaney's lap. So I know he's stated that he's trying to get it out of bounds, and that's what we want. But I have seen him drop them in with some touch.
When you get a play like that, I mean, did you think this could be our day?
Well, we haven't had a lot of those. I mean, I've seen a lot of them against us, but I haven't seen a lot of plays go our way. And it's certainly the sideline was never in a doom and gloom at any point, but that certainly was a boost to the sideline.
Did that kind of get Marcus into a rhythm a little bit, because he was over his first 4, and then he hits the big play, and then after that he just seemed to kind of find a rhythm?
I guess you could say that. He settled down a little bit. Yeah, we got off to a slow start. Obviously, the 3 and outs early in the game, but maybe that settled him down. I don't know, putting a touchdown up.
I know Butasi mentioned last week that he'd taken some snaps at left guard in practice. Do you see that as something that's going to go ahead for the?
We're going to continue to work Jeremiah there at left guard. Yes.
What makes him a better guard, you figure, than tackle?
Body type. Well, I think we're not going to just pull him from tackle either. He's got to be able to play multiple positions if he's going to play here a long time, hopefully. But just it may be a better. We've tried him again. That's any position on the line is tough as a rookie in the NFL. But when you get up against some of the guys that he has faced, it's been a difficult task. And right now we're going to try him at guard and see how that works. He's had literally 3 days of work at it, and not a lot because we're trying to get Lunia some snaps.
For the last longer touchdown, 61-yarder that you're just talking about, what's the range of emotions like for you as a coach, as watching that play develop? It starts out, oh no, and after, and then...
Yeah, it was, I think for everybody. I mean, anybody watching it. I mean, other than the Saints fans in the stands. And if you looked at the body languages of the coaches of the Saints that were standing right there, we just needed something. We needed a spark. We needed something, especially offensively, because we started so slowly. And whatever way it was, we were thrilled that it happened. I mean,
You didn't get the field goal. Dexter lost the fumble. There were things that went wrong for you guys in this game. It seemed for a long time, over a year and a half, that the team felt like it almost had to play perfect to get a win. Is there a little bit of a message that you'll give them there that this was an example that it doesn't have to be perfect for us to get where we want to go?
Well, the message last week was that we want to be a physically tough football team, 1, and 2, we want to quit beating ourselves. Now, we did some things yesterday that clearly could have had an impact on the outcome of that game, and we're still doing them. We do not want to take the ball out of the end zone when we bobble the kickoff. Okay, that was clearly, and we still did, and we still got stuck down there in the hole. We don't want to do those things. We don't want to have holding calls on a play that if we get we don't get a holding call on Phil Supernaut, that ball is going to go scooting right down the hash. He's probably going to run over the official that's standing right there, but there's a big crease right there. But we get a holding call that puts us back. We have 2 unsportsmanlike conducts by our defense, and that's not, I love the emotions of those guys and wanting to win so bad, but those are things that will get you beat every Sunday. And as we've seen here, it's been a play here or a player here that has done that, and we got to fix that. And so it's still the message. It's not going to change.
Guys only had that one wide receiver. I would say he only had 1 catch from a wide receiver, I think, at halftime. He ended up with about 12 or 13, I think. Was that a a conscious effort, or it just happened to play out like that? Or?
Well, I think just the progression of the throws where they were going, plus the tight ends were some of those shorter dump down throws. I told the staff I thought that was the best game the tight ends have played all year. Now that they got Arthur Smith coaching them, but they did. They played well. It wasn't about Marcus getting it to them, is what they did after they caught it. I mean, you look at all of them, the things that they did. I mean, I'm talking about everybody. Harry Douglas and DGB and everybody, of the impact of the play after the catch. It wasn't always have to be in the air to make the yards. They did a great job of getting us big plays.
How much might get to the midnight of victory Monday, and how much does it help us change the move in the building moving forward?
I think that was really big for the whole organization, that win. I think we all obviously needed something positive, and I think the players really deserved it. I went through Saturday night in our meeting. I went through the Sunday schedule of the buses and pregame meal, and I said, your Monday schedule is on your iPad, but I would prefer that I not see you on Monday. And it was really interesting because all the veterans got excited and all the rookies were wondering, what am I talking about? So I really was hoping it would be the case, because it's good for them, gives them some time off, lets their bodies heal, lets their mind get away from it for a little bit. They're going to come in here anyhow. That's just the team we have. They're going to come in, they're going to study film, they're going to take care of their bodies, they're going to get a lift in. But I just think I just thought it was good. And then the coaches get extra time to get ready for Carolina. So it was good for everybody.
Are there things that you're doing in your approach here in this stint with the Titans, maybe that's different from when you were head coach in Buffalo or Jacksonville?
There's some things different, yeah. I won't say exactly what, but I've learned some things, both good and bad, from places I've been before. But I'm just trying to make some subtle changes here that the players recognize, and I think it's, at least last week, some of the things we did were positive, and hopefully continue to be.
How critical was it to continue to run the ball even after falling better and deficit?
I think it was critical. If I learned anything, I've always kind of felt that you can get into a panic mode as a play caller and go, hey, this is going to be a shootout. We need to get into a 2-minute mode, and that's not always the case. If you look at Cleveland last year, when we were up on Cleveland, and we were up, I think 28-3 at one point, they never diverted from their game. They just kept running the football. They stuck with their game plan, and that's what we did, and that's what we have to do. And it's a long game. There's a lot of plays. You need to just chip away and get back into it, and that's what our guys did. We found a way to win it, but you got to stick with the plan. You can't get in a panic mode.
Did Sensible get his hand on their field goal attempt?
I'm pretty sure it was Rackbo. He came through the line pretty clean.
The emotion that you showed after the victory, were you always an emotional person like that, or was there something about that particular moment that touched you?
No, I'm not usually like that, but I haven't been in a lot of games like that. I've been a head coach twice before, and both of my first games as a head coach, I've lost the first one on the last play of the game and the second one in overtime. So I've been in some games like that, and to be on the positive side of it with the situation our team, our organization was in, was just magnified the emotion. I was really proud for our guys. I've told our guys, the reason all the coaches are in this room is because they are rewarded when they do good, and to watch them react the way they did is something I do this for. And it was great to watch, great to be a part of.